right, good morning, everybody. We're ready to get this Tuesday kicked off. Um, our TGIM didn't really kick the week off like we wanted it to. It's a little bit challenging day in the market and for me personally as well. Seems like I wasn't really um, locked in. I wasn't focused. There was a part of me that was missing. So it's kind of crazy. A crazy day for me. Um, but first thing I want to let everybody know, we are starting the next day trading the Average Joe Way class. This is strictly a day trading class. It's 100% live interactive class. It is recorded, so when you miss a day, a class or two, there is a recording you can watch. But the focus is, it's on being live, being a small group where you can get personalized attention. Now, if you're already a yearly member, you do get a discount on it. But if you're not a yearly member, you do get a year chat subscription along with this. So we are starting today. We started the first one a little over a month ago, and it's going great. So we're ready to start up this one. So it starts today. So if you're interested, just reach out. You can sign up on our website, AverageJoeTrader.com, or you can reach out to me. We do have a payment plan available. If you really want to start and that's what you need, so just email me and we can work that out. All right, let's get ready to rumble here. All right, so the question I have this morning, and this is based on what I've been asked yesterday and previous times in the week. And do you feel that you have to trade every day to make money? You think about that question, think about what your answer would be. But the reality is, you do not have to trade every day to make money. During the hot streak I had for 8 months when the market was just incredible, there were weeks where I only traded 3 days out of the week. If the setups just weren't right, I didn't take them. There was no need to. Just because you're in the market every day doesn't mean you have to trade. And I know we all have this incredible work ethic, and we feel that if we're just sitting here, we're not working. We're failing. But that's not the case. The reality is, our strategies do not work every day. And that's why you see some professional traders, they may make $3,000-$4,000 one day, but then the next day they lose 3 or 4. Sometimes they're forcing their trades on the market. They feel like they have to trade if they're there. And the hardest part about this is knowing when to sit on your hands. And that's why, in chat, that's why I demonstrate when the market is done, or when I've made the trades and I feel that I'm in a position where I really don't need to risk it anymore, I cut my platform off. I log off, I shut it down. And I'm doing that because, number one, I like to practice what I preach. And I'm trying to demonstrate to you guys that this is how you have to be. This is what you have to do to be consistent. Because how many times have you made good money in the morning, and then only to give it back and then some the rest of the day. When you know the market kind of slowed down, volatility went away, and we should not be trading right now. And that's what I'm trying to demonstrate. If I reach my max loss, if I feel that I'm just not there today, I'm going to shut it down. And that's what you have to do in order to make sure that you're going to be here the next day. I told you last week I counted the emails, and I can't remember if it was 6 or 8 of people who were in another chat room and they blew up their account, following somebody. They didn't follow their rules, and they'll say, I wish I had listened to you and setting my stops, but this other pro trader said you don't need to use stops and you don't need to do that. Believe me, I'm not going to tell you stuff that's going to make you feel good. I'm going to tell you the stuff that you need in order to survive in this industry. And not all of it's going to be what you want to hear, but it's what you're going to need to hear in order to survive and make it to the next trade. But the reality, guys, and you see it every day. If you're here in chat and you're watching me trade, I make my money by waiting. I don't make my money by trading, getting in and out of trades all day. I make my money by waiting. And you guys see that. And that's what I want you to take from what I do, is I make my money by waiting. And the whole premise of like the day trading course I put together is to teach you how I trade and how I learned, and through that whole process, through that whole step, so that you can get to the point where you don't feel like you have to trade every day to make money, and that you don't make money by trading, you make your money by waiting. So that's the message I want to give you this morning. It may not be this message to motivate you and get you pumped up, but it's one that I have to share with you guys, because it's very important that we understand sometimes we have to sit on our hands, and that it is okay if we don't trade, if we don't feel comfortable, if the morning didn't work out right, if things just were out of whack in your universe that morning. There's no reason for you to trade. There are going to be opportunities all the time. They may not be the best opportunity, but there will be opportunities all the time. So just take it easy. And sometimes if you have to sit on your hands, then you sit on your hands. All right, so let's look at some of these stocks. We got a pretty big list here. ESRX, I can tell you I'm going to be watching it. They had some news come out yesterday. We had a huge gap down that we're looking at, so we'll look at that chart here in a minute. Netflix as well. I almost got in that pre-market, but I wasn't really settled in yet. I'd have been jumping in without really looking. We'll look at Netflix. APFH, I believe I heard that it was a buyout. It was getting bought out. MCD. Let me take a look at it. McDonald's, yeah, they're on earnings. Yeah. We'll take a look at that. As you can see, I updated my float to include some of these higher float stocks like ESRX. McDonald's is going to be good. CAT, we're going to take a look at it. STRP, I'm not too sure about. I dismissed it yesterday and it did okay. Alright, this is a buyout bid too. So now I don't want to deal with that. So we'll look at the ones first that I have. I raised it to 999 million share float. Tom, that's what I raised it to. So I've got Netflix, McDonald's, okay, ESRX, and CAT. So we'll kind of vet those two first, or those four first, and we'll see what we have. Okay, ESRX, we've got down. They're in a conference call now. 59 is where we're trading right now. Wow, big gap down. We've got down below this. See, how far do we have to go back to find some price action? Okay, this is 61. This may come into play today. It's kind of crowded in this area. Yeah, pretty crowded. Guess that's what's holding this stock up right now. I doubt if we'll get down this far today, but still. Doubt if we'll get that far. I'll defer to this. Yeah, well, it looks like we've got a lot of wind. I don't know how much more to the downside we can get. I guess if we get through these levels here, we got one here that we're sitting on. We got one here around 58.50, but then a nice little window. So definitely keep our eye on it. I would like it. I would love to get into this window here, and if these bands open up, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see how this opens. I raised it so that I could get more of the stocks that are hitting the scanners now. So that's why I raised it, my float. because you know we've traded a lot of stocks with over 500 million share floats. I had it set, but the market is so soft now. You know, I need to open it up a little bit. All right, Netflix. Let's see, Netflix. We are 146.39. So we're, let's see, this level has shown itself late. I'm pretty much stay on top of this, so these levels are pretty much spot on. 146 is probably yeah, this level here is probably where we'll bounce from at the open. At least that's what I'd be looking for. If we pull back and get a bounce here, you know, I will put a position on here for the long side to see if we could get this 52-week high here. I don't know. We're a good ways. We're a little over $2 away from it. A little less than $2 away from it. So we might be able to get this today and push through. Let me take this off. This doesn't need to be on here. Alright, so we'll have Netflix on. I like it. So far, ESRX, CAT. The conditions for the conditions for my pre-market trades, I'm just taking I'm just using the trend continuation setup. Usually it's going to be off the VWAP. No, those trades are going to be off the VWAP. Alright, so CAT has got a decent gap. It's gapped over this level. See if we can find some price action around where it is trading. No. All right. All right. I think we got this covered up pretty good. Yep. So CAT does have some nice levels here. Let me see, what's the next one to the upside here? That's a pretty decent window. Between 103 and then 104. Yeah, we've got a pretty decent window above 103 here. So pretty excited about this. SureTrader web platform, I only used it when I had to at work because I couldn't stream the DOS platform. So I had to use the web at work, but other than that I wouldn't use it. I use it like when I'm trading. If I'm having to monitor a trade when I'm mobile, I use the web-based platform then, but not as my main platform. I ran into too many problems. Mario, I can't really look at that right now. Got to go through my watch list and stuff. But I have a specific strategy that I trade. I don't trade flags or anything like that. That's just not what I do. I just look for the trend continuation for pre-market. Pre-market is kind of risky. So I have a specific strategy that works and it gives me a 70% accuracy at least. So I kind of stick with it. That's the one thing that you have to do um, as a trader. You define yourself as a trader, what you like, what you can see real well, and that's what you stick to. Once you find that, don't bounce around trying to find the holy grail if your strategies are slow. You just adapt what you do to the market, and you're gonna be fine. Um, Joe, cat can be up. It like we were talking about before. Just because we think something is negative or we feel that the news is negative, it all depends on how the marketplace reacts to it. And the marketplace is reacting positively, to CAT. Regardless of what they regardless of what they got caught up in. And then a lot of these earnings are based on the whole quarter. So their earnings might have taken a dip or their sales might have taken a dip, once all of this stuff hit. But they might have had strong sales book up, and so it came out positive. So all we're gonna do is trade the chart and the technicals. That's what we're gonna do. All right, MCD. That's the last one. Can't forget about McDonald's. That's my son's favorite stop after school. He was disappointed when they got rid of the Mac Jr. Wow, we've gapped up to um 52-week high here. 52-week high was 134.76, and we're about over $3.50 over. It's not bad. All right, so this one, because we don't have any historical levels, we're going to have to use the technical levels on the chart and whole and half dollar marks. That's what we're going to be looking for going into today. So we're gonna be watching NFLX, MCD, CAT, and ESRX. So we'll be watching those four. It will get narrowed down. I think Netflix is probably too far extended right now. So that might not be an opening range trade setup for me. Really, a lot of these, are running up with the SPY. So just have to wait and see what happens. ESRX is just, it's in some traffic, but that might be the one that sets up the best for an opening range trade. And then the rest of these I may be watching for secondary trades. So really just have to wait until this opens, because you can look at Netflix here. I mean, it's just running off the page, and that would have been a nice pre-market hit right here. And I just didn't take it. But you talking about 2 points already. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for me this morning. I believe that's gonna be my watch list. I think that's what we're gonna have. But Netflix might be gone, so it may have moved its. Some stocks, they make their moves pre-market and they don't do anything else once the market opens. Now I've run into that a lot too. So you don't want to force anything. You just want to sit back, let these stocks tell you when it's time to get in, tell you when they're ready to make their move. Yeah, look at CAT, see if it's going to bounce here. That would be one I would like to get to catch, that we may get a run into the open. So far, as of right now, CAT is probably going to be my main watch for opening range trade. More than likely it's going to be CAT, and then MCD would be second, but it's running away too, just like Netflix. Everything is kind of running away from the setup. So we'll have to be patient and let this work. It can be a short into that, into that area, but you'd have to wait for it to set up. Don't anticipate it, because just because the RSI is overextended, it's at 88, which is pretty high. You're gonna get a rejection or reversal or pullback at some point. It should be relatively soon, but you just don't know how far this thing is going to run up before you get that. So I would just wait to make sure that you're going to get a rejection here. All right, you're welcome. Yeah, because we've got a level at like 148.25 that it might, slam into. Let's see, let me bring it up here. I'll show you. Why is this thing so slow? This level right here is 148.25. Might be where you get a reversal. CAT is looking good for possible entry going into open. Now if it can hold this level, so I'm going to be watching it. This is my, my number one watch. It's sitting under the 9 moving average, which is, not where I would want to see it, but I'm looking at getting in at some point. I need more confirmation though. Especially with the 9 moving average being right there. Alright guys, oh man, ESRX just lost it. It just lost it. You can see here, it just lost it. And it's getting into the window that I was looking for. And this is what's frustrating. All of these moves that we see and that we're looking at and that we want, we're looking at the open, they do it pre-market. And then when the market opens, they don't do anything. They don't offer much of an opportunity. And that's what gets frustrating. Sometimes, and that's what causes us to chase and try to force stuff. We just have to be patient and wait and see if it sets up for something later on. If we don't get an opening trade, give it time and let it set up. Don't force it. But I do like CAT. I'm just not too keen on the price action right now. I like the chart, but the price action I don't really care much for. The 9 o'clock traders that I was looking for to come in didn't come in with a wave. They just kind of eased themselves in. But they came in and sold this ESRX off. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for me this morning. Thank you for stopping by. You got my watch list. What I'm looking for today, remember tomorrow is Sneak Peek Wednesday, so be prepared to hang out for a couple hours, possibly till around lunchtime. I'll see where my hours are. You can come and check out just what we do here, get a good feel for our chat room. So thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good day. Remember, trade for skill, not for money, because if you trade for skill, then at the end of the day you'll be counting those bills.